Hey everyone, in this After Effects tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this dynamic text animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. This animation is inspired from a very talented artist named Pixrate. Link to his Instagram profile is in the description below. But before we start today's video, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let's aim for 3000 likes on this particular tutorial. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into After Effects and get started. Alright, so here we are in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition. Let's call this render as our main render comp 2560 by 1440. You can go with full HD or 4K if you want to. The effect is going to be a little heavy on the system, so make sure you have a decent system before you switch this to 4K. 2K is a sweet spot, and 30 FPS is fine. 10 seconds long duration and okay, press OK. Let's select the text tool and type in whatever text that you want. And for the font, I'm using Dharma Gothic. So make sure you use a nice, what we call it, heighted font. So I'm going to type in extracted, just like you saw in the example, extracted. And let's set this to maybe bold should be fine. And also I'm going to go into Windows Align, and let's align this into the center and increase the size a little bit like so. Okay, so there we go, there we have it. Now let's turn on our title action save if I can find it. I'm so used to the shortcuts that I'm not able to find it. Yeah, so there we have it, the title action save. Now to be a bit more precise, I can select the text, press S to bring down the scale property, unlink this, and let's stretch this, but make sure the anchor point is in the center. So you can select the layer, hold Control and double click on the pan behind tool. That should fix or make the anchor point move in the center. Let's stretch this text like so, a little bit more, so around 250. Press Ctrl R to bring down the rulers, and then we can drag the guides using this rulers like so, and one right over here. This is just for the reference. I can set the scale back to 100. All right, we can hide everything now. Okay, so there we have it. And then what I'm going to do is select the text layer, right click and go into create and create shapes from text. Then we can delete the text layer if you want to, but let's keep it however it is. And then select it, go right here and search for part and create keyframe on all the parts that you see right here. So make sure your time indicator is also at the very start. And I'm going to go on creating keyframes on all the different parts. Okay, and then I can just select it, hit U, so we can just see the keyframes. Then let's go to around 1 second and 15 frames, and then we can stretch out the parts. So I'm gonna select all the different parts holding shift just like that, and then let's select the ones in the bottom like so, the points in the bottom, sorry. So make sure all the points are selected. Oh, hold shift, and in case if you miss any point, make sure you select that. Okay, and then I can just drag it like so, holding shift. As you can see, we don't need to select this 2 points with the A, so I'm going to deselect them, and then I'm going to drag it. So whatever text or font you use, make sure it doesn't exaggerate too much, making it look bad. So yeah, just keep an eye for that. And then I'm going to select these points and then drag it like so, right over here. So we have something which looks very nice, and that is the reason we are using a nice heighted font, so that we can scale it like so, and it still looks pretty good. So that is nice. We can select all the keyframes. You can press F9 to easy ease them, or right click keyframe assistant, easy ease. Then go into the graph editor, right click and make sure edit speed graph is selected. And I'm going to try to create a peak in the center. So select this point, drag the handle holding shift, and let's create an influence of around 80%. All right. And similar with this one as well. Let's go at around 80. So now when we preview this, we have a nice animation. Pretty cool. Copy these keyframes, Control C, Control V, and then I can select these keyframes, go into the graph editor, and we can do the similar animation that we just did with the influence of 80. So I'll select these points, let's drag them, and select this point and drag them like so. All right. So now when we preview this, we should have something like this. Pretty cool. So now we cannot add loop out expressions on path. So in order to have a looping animation, I will copy paste the keyframes. So I'll go to around 4 seconds and 15 frames. Let's select all these keyframes, press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then I'll go to 7 seconds and 15 frames, and let's again press Ctrl V. And there we have it. Let's have a nice looping animation. So this is looking fine. So we have a 9-second looping animation, which is good. We can right click and select trim comp to work area. So a 9-second work area is fine. So this is the base of our text animation. Now let's create a new composition, call this map, and press OK. Let's press Ctrl Y to create a new solid. I'm going to call this fractal. Press OK. Go to effects and presets and search for gradient ramp. There you go. Let's drag the black point right over here and set this to 0. And the white point, I'm going to drag it right here at 2560. So that's fine. Then go into effects and presets again, search for a Triton effect. And let's set this one to black and this one to white. Okay. And then I'm going to add a fast box blur on this, so that in order to make it a bit more smoother, I'm going to set the blur amount to 100. All right. And then finally, I will add a fractal noise. Let's make some room right here. Set the fractal type to swirly. And this one, I'm going to set this to spline, I think. Yeah. Then go into the transform property, unlink uniform scaling, set the scale width to 60 and set the scale height to around 10,000. And in the blending mode, I'm going to set this one to overlay. So now we have this really nice look, as you can see. Now let's animate the evolution. So I'll create a keyframe at the very start, go to around 2 seconds and set this to 1. So we have one complete rotation of the evolution. And then we can add a simple loop out expression on this keyframe. So hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, type in loop out, open and close parentheses. There you go. So there we have a continuous looping animation for the evolution. Just to make it look a bit more interesting, what I can do is add a turbulence displace on this and set the displacement to twist. Let's increase the amount to around 150 and let's increase the size to around 125 should be fine. So again, we have an evolution. Let's animate this one as well. So let's create a keyframe, go to 2 seconds and set this one to 1. Let's also copy the expression. So I'm going to select the layer, hit U so we can only see the keyframes. Hold Alt, click on the stopwatch and press Ctrl V. So now we have this kind of a really interesting animation, as you can see. Okay, so this is looking fine. With the Triton black colors, we can play around a little bit. Maybe may keep it somewhere on there and let's pick with the same color from here. So that's much better. And now we can turn off the visibility of this layer. We don't need to see it. Let's create a new adjustment layer. Let's put this below the fractal and call this time. Go into effects and presets and search for time displacement and set the time displacement layer to fractal and set the source to effects and mask. Then set the max displacement to 0.3 and let's increase the resolution to around 200. Now, as you can see, nothing is happening because we need to have a layer below our time displacement layer. So I'm going to go back and select these two layers, press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose it. Let's call this text or title. Press OK. We can just press Ctrl X to cut that up and Ctrl V to paste it right here below it. So now if I preview this, we have this really cool looking animation, as you can see. We have some nice grungy detail into our text, which is looking super cool, I think. You can even create kind of a horror theme text animation using this technique. Pretty cool, I think. Pretty damn cool. So this is pretty good. We can go into the time displacement layer. We can adjust the displacement timing in order to achieve a much more interesting look, I think. So let's set this to zero point 0.5. I think that looks much better to me. 0.5 is a bit too much. Let's set this to zero point 0.4 or maybe 0.35, I think. Yeah, this is looking much better, I believe. All right, so this is looking pretty cool. Now let's go into our main render composition. We can hide the rulers. We can hide the guides. Let's press Ctrl Y to create a new solid. Call this BG for background and press OK. Drag the Mac composition on top and let's add some nice color to this. So what I'm going to do is go into effects and presets and search for an effect called echo. Double click to apply that, and let's set this to minus 0.005. Number of echoes, I'm going to set this to 50. Make sure you don't increase it too much because it can get a little heavy on the system, as you can already see. And let's set the decay to 0.94. All right. Now, to increase the smoothness between the echoes, I can use a Gaussian blur effect. Let's set this to around 10, should be fine. And then to add some nice color to this, I can use colorama effect. There you go. Go into the input cycle and set the get phrase from to alpha. Then go into the output cycle, and then we have number of different colors to play around with. So I can go into the preset palette, and there are a number of different color palettes that you can play with, but I'm going to go with something like red. We are going to customize it anyway. So let's double click on this one and let's make it a nice orange, something like that. Then we can double click right here and let's set this to a nice yellow color. I can double click one more time, set this to a much more brighter yellow, I think, something like so. There you go. And let's double click one more time and bring that down, make it a much more subtle yellow. So we have this really nice look. And again, we can play around with this. So I can drag this to achieve a very different look. For the orange, I'm going to make it a bit more intense, I think. So somewhere around there. And let's drag this one. You need to play around with this in order to find the right kind of a look that you want to go for. Maybe something like that. All right, so that is fine for now. Then just duplicate this, press Ctrl D, and then we can delete all the effects. We don't want that on this one. And now we have this really cool look that we are going for. Now this is going to be a little heavy on the system, so make sure you, if you feel it's very laggy, you can always play around with the number of echoes. So yeah, make sure to do that. And for this one, I'm gonna keep it white. I think yeah, that's cool. Now I can add some nice glow on these nice echo effect that we have. You can use the traditional glow that we have inside of After Effects. So I'm going to go into effects and presets, search for glow. If you have deep glow, it's much better to use that one because it will give you much nicer glows. But if you don't have it, it's absolutely fine. I can play around with this a little bit. It's way too um, reddish, I think. Let's bring down the glow intensity and increase this one. So now let's just preview this one. So let's animate the glow intensity. So I'll go right over here. Let's set this to third so we can work a bit more faster. So let's go to 15 frames and set the glow intensity to 0.5. Create a keyframe. Go at the very start and set this to 0. Press U so we can see just the keyframes. Go to 1 second and 15 frames, I believe. And again, copy paste this keyframe. We need to adjust this one, I think. So let's set this somewhere on here at 20 frames. I think it's looking fine. Let's copy paste these two keyframes, Control C, Control V. Now let's go back into our project panel, and here I have a few textures that will improve the overall look of our design. So first of all, I have a background grunge. I'm going to drag and drop it in the background, then go into effects and presets, search for levels effect, double click to apply that, and let's adjust the intensity a little bit like so, something like that. And then we can obviously bring down the opacity, so somewhere around there, very subtle. All right. And then on top of this, I also want to add some nice texture on the text. So to do that, here I have a paper overlay that we can use on the top. Toggle switch and set the blend mode to multiply. Now we have some nice texture added on to our text, which is looking pretty sweet. And now let's preview our complete animation. And there you go. There you have your nice extracted, exaggerated text animation inside of After Effects, the Pixrate style. So that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial, do let me know in the comments below. You can also follow me on Instagram at dope.motions and Nikhil Pawar. Links are in the description below. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and always stay raw, stay creative. Peace out.